Christmas. We're leading into the last week before we celebrate the Christ child, the peace, the light that has come into the world, and the place that sat in darkness saw a great light. And what I like about light is that when it's completely dark, just one little tiny light, like my pastor says, that one little light can bring light to the whole room, the whole place, the whole city, the whole culture. And I want you to know today that you are the light of the world. Jesus was the light that came into the world. And then we also, when he left, we became the light to the world, the light that shines in darkness. So sexual addicts out there today, I want you to know, if you have come to a realization that I'm an addict, and you have admitted the unmanageability of your life, and you're no longer living with secrets and hiding and pretending, I want to let you to know today, just before I share, I guess the fourth section testimony, part of my testimony, because the reason I share that is so you can know that I'm not just talking from science or knowledge or school or Bible school or things like that. I'm talking about the real story of life, the real story of my life. And when I share, and the things that God have allowed me to learn from mentors, to learn from Conqueror Series groups, to learn from accountability partners, to learn from recovery, I put all this together with a call in my heart that I feel that God has put in my heart for men, to let sexual addicts know, men and women, know that there is hope, that there is no guilt, that there is no shame, that they don't have to live and think that they're perverts and they're strange and pretending. But the same thing, again, as I always says, that disqualified them from ministry, disqualified them from being a person of God, okay, a people of God. You are the ones that God is calling up now to talk to the church and to talk to those in your environment about that you don't have to live hiding anymore. You don't have to live as a temple prostitute. You don't have to live as a pretender. You don't have to live as a religious bigot, a religious person judging others. But from the point of your woundedness, from the point of your weakness, from the point of your restoration, you can share your story. You can open the book of your life, because that's what God wants. The devil wants to close the book of your life, and for you not to know your purpose, and to stay lost, and to stay destitute, and to stay frustrated. But Jesus came to open your book so you can know your purpose, so you can write and live your story on tablets of stone. We live in this flesh, but okay, this flesh is going to be destroyed anyhow one day, so we just will invest in things of eternal value. And that's your story, that's your legacy, that's the truth, that is the word of God, his power to heal and to deliver. So as I continue where I left off, I think I left off on the part where I said, now I'm starting to dating a lady who had become eventually my second wife. Okay, upon wife's number one return, I told my number one wife to leave and never to come back. I was wounded, I was hurt, unforgiving, bitter, angry. Okay, we talked a few times and I haven't seen her since. When I told her not to come back, her last words was to me, I love you and I love you forever. Can I keep your name? And it reminded me of scripture, not then, but now, that says, in those last days, women will say, hey, can I just keep your name? I can take care of myself. I can do this. I just want to keep your name. Not that I have a great name, although I love the Lockhart name and I was raised that it's a great name and it's an awesome name. And we might be known for a lot of sins and a lot of mistakes, but we also known for being people that have blessed people and have impacted the world and history, and we write great stories and we're family people. So at the same time, in every family, I want you to know there's good and bad. But because of the bad things that you do, it don't mean that you are bad. And that's the lie that the enemy tells a lot of us, okay? So upon wife's number one return, I told her to leave and never come back. We talked a few times, and I haven't seen her since. And why am I reading this? I'm reading this to make sure I stay on point. When I told her not to come back, the last words was, I love you forever, and can I keep your name? Because you were the best thing that ever happened to me. Wow, go figure. I never could understand that whole line. Today I've heard she's in recovery after becoming a convicted felon and works in a recovery program in West Virginia, married again. God does right straight even when we draw crooked lines, okay? My second wife is a very talented entertainer and also a beautiful, talented woman. She was also a very angry woman. As it would turn out, and if someone has anger issues, I certainly had a knack to bring that out in a woman. She was from an extremely dysfunctional family, as I was to discover. Here I was to be the rescuer. Once again, of course, it always starts out with me just helping and being helpful. She was also in the military in the United States Air Force. She in turn was honorably discharged, and upon leaving the military, proceeded to finish college, which was her lifelong dream, at the same time performing and working in a recording career in Los Angeles with me. She and her 3 siblings were also abandoned on the streets of New York for 2 years plus and left with drug addicts and alcoholics who collected money from the state for them. And I would later learn that she could not have kids because she was abused, raped, sexually abused as a child, along with her 2 other sisters who were now living on welfare in Brooklyn, New York. Eventually, one sister would die, either by suicide or by falling from a train. She was pushed from a moving train by her boyfriend and hit the 3rd rail. Ironically, the same route that her father drove as a train director and engineer. Okay? They were so godless that I was the only person that could do the eulogy at the funeral. It was said that her boyfriend pushed her while she was fighting on the train with him, but he was never charged because she had so many run-ins with police. It finally was ruled a suicide. He said he was trying to save her. I ended up raising her son for a few years afterward, and today we're still in contact. Then their grandmother took him. He would ask for me to come to his school to show the kids he had a dad, although I wasn't his dad. He wanted me to lie and say I was his dad. It was sad. My brother stayed in and out of Rikers Island prison. His welcome to me and the family was, if you hurt my sister, I'll kill you. And he said this while exposing a 9mm weapon. Oh, and he was high as a kite. In his own strange way, he was proud of me. My second wife wanted kids of her own, but after 3 surgeries, she was told she could never have them. She knew I wanted kids and was out of the clear blue in 1999 when I left to go to the Bahamas to have a birthday party for her. When my plane landed, I was greeted by my siblings who told me that my wife called and said, don't look for her, she'll be filing for a divorce and she doesn't want to talk to me because I would just convince her to stay. I have not seen her from that day to this. There's a lot more pain and hurt to this story, but here I was alone again, hurt again, thinking I was the good guy. I was convinced that good guys do finish last. Now there is a theme in all of my relationships and marriage of adultery, fornication, masturbation, incest, legalistic spiritually, lies, deception, and incoherent stories of, as I would later learn, out of the ordinary sexual desires and experiences, things I do not want to glorify. Let's just say I had what was called a very liberated sex life. I guess this was my payback for all the pain, dysfunction, and martyrdom. The amazing thing was that all of my relationship partners was what you would call very spiritual, but always with a twist of deception. It was as if the enemy knew that there had to be a spiritual twist to capture my attention. I was always in some way searching for a deeper relationship or experience with God, but always seemed to follow the counterfeit of it. I believe I was just running away, and somehow I felt defrauded by God of life, of fun, of pleasure, of enjoyment by my puritanical religious upbringing. Amazing, for most of my life, what I'm saying here was secrets that I kept. My secrets are things no one has ever known until my sponsor, before my second wife left. She did confess that my brother, my closest brother, and she was having a sexual intimate affair for years. I told my brother, I forgive you. And though I thought I had let it go and squashed it, but as I entered recovery and as I looked at my deteriorating behavior, I was self-destructing. I began to believe the dysfunctional relationships and marriage was an accepted norm. I was hurt and angry and hurting inside, but did not know how really bad it was until I had an affair with my youngest brother's wife that resulted in a daughter. Not the same brother, which later in my life, my wife would many times call this my third marriage. This would be the ultimate cover-up and dysfunction, experience, and lie of my life. I would enter my real third and final marriage with my wife, Susan, with this lie, this secret. I was unwilling to let it go. This would be the bottom that brought me to recovery as a sexual addict, codependent, habitual liar, completely in denial with my marriage on the rocks, a ball of confusion, and I came through these doors just a few years ago. You see, God has done an amazing thing in my life. I was raised in church, and I was raised religious, and I did all the things that I felt God wanted me to do. But because of my bloodline, because of my father that was always cheating, because of my uncles that had kids all over the place, and I didn't notice I was trying in my own strength not to be like them, but no matter what I did, the enemy had a legal right through the bloodline to tempt me. He had a legal right with access and portals and doors into my life. And because I grew up keeping the secrets and being religious and pretending like my mother and my aunts and all those before, and hiding things in the family, because I did all of this, I had two lives. I had a public life and I had a private life. And like I tell people, you only got one life. There's no public and private. There's one life. And we all have to give account for that today. So today on this Christmas time, as I continue to share some of my testimony and the journey to restoration that God brought for me, my wife, my life, my family, and also the kids that He's blessed me with, I want to tell you, God is a miracle working God. God is a God that delivers and a God that heals and a God that is faithful. He's not calling for us to be perfect. He's not calling for us to live under guilt and shame. He's calling for us to come to the light and let the light, the same light that came into the world, shine into our lives. And as we begin to reveal the secrets and as we begin to expose the things that we struggle with, freedom's going to come to our families. Freedom's like it came to my life, that it came to my heart. And now I'm married for 16 years. I'm blessed and highly favored. The favor of God is on my life and amazing things are happening. And if it can happen for me, it can happen for you. Hey, Veronica, great to see you out there. Johnny Notice, Merry Christmas to you too, man. Love you, bless you. Congratulations on the kid. And everybody else out there, I want you to have an amazing Christmas. And guess what? The same things that I felt disqualified me from going to church, from serving God, from doing ministry, are the same things that qualifies me now to speak to hundreds and hundreds of men, to share my story of deliverance and freedom. And if God can do it for me, He can do it for you. So I want y'all to have a great Merry Christmas, to be blessed, and to know, okay, that you don't have to live in the guilt and the shame. You don't have to live in the secrecy and the hiding. You can live delivered, healed, and set free. Because it's not just a moral problem. It's a brain problem. And when we get this messed up mind straightened out, and when we come out of the dark and come out of the closet and come out with the secrets and we come to the light of Christ shines into our lives and we receive freedom and deliverance. Hey, I love you guys. You guys take care. Have a fantastic day. And tomorrow I'll come back and share a little more of my testimony and the restoration that God has been doing in my life for the last 8 years. And it's been an amazing journey. And I thank God for my life, my wife, my friends, and all the people that have blessed me along the way and that have tolerated me, good, bad, and ugly. And so I celebrate you today and I bless you. And I speak God's blessing. May His face shine upon you and give you peace. In Jesus' name, that's it. I'm out. See you later. I got to go back to work. Bye-bye now. Ciao.